Welcome back to NBA Cinema. So, look, guys, we got to talk about it. As Shai Gilgeous has finally responded to Anthony Edwards after he had put out a commercial when they beat them in the Western Conference playoffs last year. The commercial with the ant came out, and Anthony Edwards, he's saying he's seen it for the first time. Obviously, people sent it to him right after it happened because we know people are messy. But this is healthy for competition. You have that one guy who kind of pushes you. Shea looking at Ant, wanting to get there before Ant and got there. MVP title. Historic things Shea is doing in the game of basketball. You got Ant Man. Him and his team's right there. People question if they have the right fit, the right pieces around him right now, but they have a really good competitive team, man. So let's get into what Anthony Edwards said, where you first knew there was a little bit of competitive edge between the two.
It's hard to, man, with the calls that Shea gets. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard to shut him down. You can't touch him at any time of the game, so it's super hard to beat. That team is a good team, especially when you get calls like that. So it's hard.
Now, you heard what Ant-Man said right there. As far as Shea getting a lot of favorable whistles, he feels like Shea embellishes and he gets rewarded, for that. I will say what separates Shea from Harden and those guys at times when they're not calling it, Shea can still go on offensive runs deep in the postseason, and he lets the game come to him a little bit more natural. Even though they'll say Shea gets bumped and he falls off of every bump. A lot of times when you do the replay, Shea baits the defender, and the defender does indeed foul a lot of those times. But let's look at Shea's commercial and look at Anthony Edwards seeing it for the first time after last postseason.
Did you see this where they showed you as an ant?
I never seen this.
Okay. So this is for Converse and Shai, excuse me. This is for Converse and Shai.
Oh,
Yeah.
nothing left to say.
Unbelievable.
I mean, listen, if they doing something to say something about me when I ain't say nothing about them, that mean we doing something right. If you still worry about me, that mean we doing something right.
Yes.
Yeah,
You're
so
right.
We
You're
don't feel no type of way about it. We love it. We gonna
Good.
have something back. We gonna come back. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So now you got Ant-Man reaching out to Katt Williams to do his latest commercial, for his latest shoe. And in that, they clown Shea's Converse shoe.
Attention, player haters and overrated disbelievers of all kinds. I stand before you today 10 toes down as the bearer of bad news. Y'all done fucked up. I mean, you saw what happened last season, right? Led the league in threes as a dunker. Now I know what y'all gonna say. There's a certain two guard not named Anthony Edwards who's all the rage right now. I can't deny it. He's doing his thing. But he's lucky his game is as smooth as his little poems, because them shoes, no thank you. The game left that brand behind for a reason. What else we bringing back? Cigarettes in the locker room? Then I could play. But I digress. Back to Ant. This young man, the one who made your favorite hooper's favorite hoop shoe, he didn't just upgrade. He evolved. Don't believe me? Fine. Stupid is free.
I ain't gonna lie, that was hard, Cat. Ain't you forgetting something though?
Ah, yes. This boy here is the truth. Believe that.
So naturally, Shea was asked about that in his post-game interview after the OKC Thunder started out 3-0 without Jalen Williams. Let's listen to what he said.
Is there any talk in the locker room of the commercials that Anthony Edwards is doing, talking crazy to you? Is there any chatter?
Good question.
Anything you want to say?
Great question. I mean, like, it's the business of marketing. You talk about things that are hot and gonna get clicks to get kicks yourself. So I completely understand it. It's all fun and games though. Nothing doesn't impact my sales, if you guys can't tell. Sorry. Yeah. All right, guys.
That's what I love to see. I love to see two young competitive players at the peak of their career going for the same things, have a healthy appreciation for each other's game, enough respect for each other, but sending shots each other's way. The stakes are high. Look, I want what you got. I have what you want. So naturally, we can't be the closest. We ain't gonna be working out in the summer together because I want to dethrone you. And I would say that these guys, at one point, Anthony Edwards seemed, they were comparing him to Michael Jordan and all that. He seemed like he was going to be the face of the league. Shai comes and dominates last year and goes all the way to the championships and to the championship and wins a title. And so that elevates his profile. I think we can all agree right now, though, if Victor Wembanyama stays healthy, he's going to be the face of the league based off of what we're seeing right now. There's just no way. But as far as the perennial top all-star superstar guard in the NBA, right now that's Shai Gilgeous Alexander and Ant Man. It feels like it's weird what's kind of happened with that. It was Ja. If you would have asked 3.5, 4 years ago, about 3 seasons ago, it'd been Ja. Then, when Ja got in that trouble, Anthony Edwards started to ascend to that next level, in the eyes of the public. While Shai, he doesn't have that aerial attack that they have. It's just been his smooth game. His ability to knock down clutch shot after clutch shot, him leading his team to a championship, is almost as Shai has just ripped that from them guys because he's so undeniable at this point. So I like that. I like that. I'll be watching all of those matchups, looking forward to all of them. And as for Converse, 80s baby, I could never front on Converse because I remember at a time in my life, Converse, that's who had Magic Johnson, and um, I was looking at like the shoe, Dr. J, all of them, wore Converses, and you just can't front on what they've done for the game. Nike, I remember Nike getting Michael Jordan and then that shift happening to where Nike is now. Adidas obviously has their fair share of athletes, and at one point even Reebok. But I do know Converse, as far as the blueprint and getting superstars signed, you could never front on that brand. So if they want to come back, put guys like Shai. I ain't saying they left or anything. I'm just saying, as far as putting a shoe out there that superstars can wear, I'm I'm for it, because Converse, they just did too much for the game. So for me, you'll never see me fronting on Converse. I just can't. But I know why people do it. I know why people do it. But nah, not me. I think that's still a good shoe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, peace.